What's up? We back. Still season 1 of One-on-One with BundyMcBuckets. Man, I got my homeboy Liam Horne in the building. What's up? What's up?
What's goody? What's good with you?
Really appreciate you gracing the podcast with your presence, bro. One of my best friends right here, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I spent a lot of time with Liam, you know, whether working on videos, just smoking, chilling, whatever, man. We just be out here, you know what I'm saying? But he's an amazing singer, songwriter, and everything like that. So get used to hearing Liam Horne because, you know, in the next, few months, some shit's gonna be going crazy, man. Especially with the last music video we just shot.
Oh, that shit was fun. It's gonna go crazy, you know. We got a lot more too, you know. We got one, I think, every month coming now. We gotta shoot.
Yeah, it's about to be crazy. Can't wait,
man. Work.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, man. I'm just trying to stay away from a 9 to 5. So if I could just do things I like doing, then that's perfect.
I mean, that's everyone's goal, right?
Especially if it's people I rock with.
Of course, I feel like that's the best part about owning your own podcast too. You know, you get to choose who comes in and make sure they're, you know, people that you actually fuck with, as opposed to people you have to interview just to get ahead. You know.
I'm gonna be doing that too. I don't mean like people I have to interview to get ahead, but I do want to interview people that are going to be excited about their interview, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
I'm fucking excited.
Appreciate you.
Because we got one-on-one with BundyMcBuckets.
You see us? Oh, Dylan, he changed it.
Yeah,
we out here. We got one-on-one with BundyMcBuckets on both screens out here. We got the Feather up there because we are at Lonely Feather Studios right here.
By my producer. This is my producer Alone's private studio. We working on some music, you know. Thought we could have you pull up, fucking do some questions.
Man, I knew the vibe would be amazing out here in Malibu. You know what I'm saying? Up here on these hills, like way up here on this hill. Crazy.
We up here.
So what's up, man? For the people that don't know, we gonna get into just, you know, maybe a little bit of your life story. You know, how did you end up being Liam Horne of this age? So like, where you from, bro? What country?
I was born and raised in Aberdeen, Scotland.
Yeah.
It's the northeast coast of Scotland. I grew up there until the age of 12, 13, and that's when I first came out here to do music. And I've been here ever since, just creating. I was fortunate enough to fly out here with producers who were already established in the game, you know, already doing amazing things. So like, I was able to come out, jump in the deep end, and still be safe, you know. So from like 12, I moved out here and been here from Scotland ever since.
That's crazy. Tell us a little bit about Scotland, man. What do you miss about the country, other than family, of course? Like, we can just, you know, it's a given.
You know, that's a given. I've got my family there, but honestly, I mean, I'm so in love with LA and so in love with America. You know, like, it's hard to like even compare any place to here that I love, but Scotland is really beautiful and green and lush, and you know, one of the most beautiful things about Scotland that I think is the architecture of the place. When buildings get old and start to, like, you know, fall apart, out here they're normally stripped down and something new's built up.
Right.
In Scotland, you know, there's still a lot of like original castles still standing, and a lot of original buildings from a long time ago. So it's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's one of the things I like to see when I'm in other countries. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
America is pretty much the youngest country there is. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's not too much very, very old things here. Like, if you go to like, we was in Puerto Rico. Like, I know that's not like, it's just old castles and stuff like that. But like, if you're in Europe, you know, people have been there for 1,000 years, like, building. So
Bro,
like,
back
old
when it
cobblestone,
was Britannia.
yeah, old
Yeah.
cobblestone streets.
Well, that's the thing. I grew up with all that original cobblestone streets, you know, and like granite buildings, and down in Edinburgh, that's only a couple hours drive from Aberdeen where I grew up. That's where, you know, you have Edinburgh Castle. That's the Queen's Castle, and like the palace, and it's just a lot of natural beauty in Scotland, and that's probably what I miss most.
What about the food? Tell me about the food out there, man. Like, what's your go-to? If you had to eat something right now, what would it be? I'm asking that question because I'm actually really hungry right now.
Only because I'm Scottish, I would have to choose. We have this dish, and we eat it on a Scottish holiday. The holiday is named after a Scottish poet named Robert Burns, very famous Scottish poet, and we have a day that celebrates him. And on that day, you eat a traditional Scottish meal of like haggis, neeps, which is like a vegetable that you mash up.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're gonna
turnips,
have to explain these.
And like mashed potatoes, just like and chicken, you know, like a big like Scottish meal. And a lot of the food over there is all, you know, meat and like, you know, it's Scotland is where a lot of farm animals are, you know, so it's all like steaks and chips and fish and chips and
Fish and chips.
you know, we have just the same things as you have here in America.
Okay, that's dope. So like growing up in Scotland, where'd you get your singing bug from? Like where did that come from? What made you want to be a singer? I mean, how old were you?
I've loved music for as long as I can remember. From my youngest memories, I've always been singing. But my mom is an incredible singer. My mom loves to sing, and she raised me singing with her, you know, in the kitchen, cooking, just singing songs on like the speakers and just jamming. My whole family is really musical and love music. But I just have always had that in me from a very, very young age. And I will say I didn't know that I was going to do anything with it until I was like 12, 13. And then I knew, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Damn, that's crazy, man. It's good to know, like, well, I mean, just coming from a family where, like, they all pretty much, you know, sing, do something musically or artistic like that, it's so easy to pick it up. And if you want to run with it, because usually, you know, the second generation is usually going to be better than the first generation because you get to learn from, like you say, you learn from your mother.
Yeah.
And, you know, just singing since you were little, you get to take it to the next step. And then, you know what I'm saying, when you're fortunate enough to have kids, like, they'll take it to the next step.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. We all want our children to be the better versions of us, you know. And my parents definitely wanted that for me. And giving me the freedom, you know, at a very young age to go with my great uncle, who is an incredible producer. He was part of the production company called The Matrix. They wrote hits like Skater Boy for Avril Lavigne, Complicated.
Oh, okay.
They did the whole Horne album, Shakira.
And that's who you
Britney Spears. Yeah, he came back to Scotland for a visit, and you know, I was with my mom and my family just singing in the kitchen, and I guess he saw me in the kitchen, was like, yo, this kid's got something here. So he put me on a flight out to America. I hadn't ever left Scotland. You know, I'd been there my whole life up until that point. So I came out here, and it was all just a very big culture shock for me. And you know, being in studios where people who I'd listened to on the radio would just walk from one room right in front of you right to a bathroom and then right through the lobby back to their studio, and seeing them and being a part of that world was just so surreal for me at such a young age. So like I knew straight then I was going to be in this industry, and I remember doing whatever it took to cement myself in it, you know. And that was even as far as going to studios and just sitting in the fucking waiting rooms of studios for producers to come out and artists to come out. And I always have these CDs, my songs on them, and check my music. Yeah. And gosh, I went around so many studios in Los Angeles doing that for a while. And you know, that in itself can be deterring as an artist, but you know, the more hard shit you go through now, the more prepared you're going to be when you have it. I feel, you know, so like it really built me as a character and as my artist, you know?
Because if you would have like made it as soon as you came out here, who knows where you'd be now, you know?
Bro, and I'm 27 now, you know, so I'm talking a good 10 years, maybe over 10 years of grinding just to, you know, even be in the right rooms, not even doing things, just to be in the right rooms with people who are doing the right things, you know?
That's crazy, man. You always got to have that. You got to have that drive, man, to just go out there and get it, because for 99% of people, it's not going to be given to you. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that's fortunate enough to be born into a family that has, like, their stake in the music game already. You know what I'm saying? That gives you a big leg up. But if you're starting at the ground floor, you definitely got to have that ambition and that drive to get out there and get your music up.
Of course. Drive is, you know, that's the leading factor in everything, you know. The sad fact and the truth of the matter is a lot of these artists don't have the talent that artists last generation did, or even generation before that, you know, or back in the day. There was a lot of talent there, nowadays, you know, it's proof that drive will get you ahead, even if you're mediocre. If you wake up and every day is something to do with your career, and you push even just 1% towards that, you know, it's gonna happen on some level for you. And you know, the key is just to be grateful for whatever level that is. You know, at least you're doing music.
Right. When you get to a point where it's just music that's paying your bills and stuff like that, you only have to focus on
You
music.
know, that's the biggest part. You know, out here in America, and especially in Los Angeles, it's very expensive. It's very, very expensive.
Way too damn expensive.
So like, I can see a lot of these artists, you know, putting in 80% of their time to a 9 to 5, and then 30% into their career, and all their money into their career for studio times, producers fees. You know, there's so much that goes into it. But I want to quote someone right now, and I heard this, and it really inspired me. And someone said, they said, you know, if you're not willing to do more work than you're being paid for, you'll never be paid for less than what you're doing. You know, the key is giving.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
The number one key is to give. You give out to the universe and you're going to receive, you know? So you start out just giving, but giving your all. Eventually you're going to be in a place to demand everyone who's working with you their all, you know, and earn it, you know?
Yeah, you got to outwork people.
You have to.
You know what I'm saying? They say, hard work will beat talent if talent isn't working hard.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And that's so true for so many of these artists. Yeah. So many of these artists. Of course, we won't say names.
Like, yeah, I'm not going to say, because, like, everybody's music's for somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say, like, I've met some people who's, like, music isn't for me at all, but their drive, you know what I'm saying? Their work ethic, how they grind is just crazy. So, like, they get ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's no knock.
No.
So, what would you say your inspirations for? Like, what did you grow up singing? You know what I'm saying? Who were you listening to? Where did you get your beginning sound from before you found your voice?
I guess, I mean, if I was to say, the first singer I heard was my mom, you know, so I guess I was really influenced by her tone, her sound, her style, and for me, it was more of I was raised on being inspired by things rather than someone. What someone does as opposed to who they are.
I kind of meant more like what kind of music.
Yeah, no, I know.
So what kind of
But that's what I'm saying. So I didn't really listen to what people my age were listening to. You know, it was all my mom and what she was doing. So that's more like Simply Red. My mom loves soul music, R&B. You know, so there was a lot of Luther Vandross, Donny Hathaway, Whitney Houston, Mariah. Usher, Chris Brown, you know, it was a lot of real, like, singers.
Right.
And my mom's a show-off. She's just like me, but a woman, you know? So it's like, she really sings these songs.
Runs.
Yeah, you know, so me watching that, I'm like, nah, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it too. So I would really sing like her and listen to all of her artists, you know, a lot of 90s. And that's the melodies, too, that I love and go to, you know, like Desiree, gotta be strong, you gotta be tough. You know, the 90s was melodic as fuck. And that's what I love in music, is melodies and catchy tunes, you know. So, and that's really my influence. And then, you know, I love the Beatles, the Eagles, Rolling Stones. I love just classical and classic artists, you know. And that really made me want to do music that's timeless. So I would say that's my influence, you know.
That's dope. That's dope. Man, see, I like to ask people that, you know what I'm saying, because everybody grew up different, you know, and a lot of times you're going to be listening to what your parents were listening to, you know what I'm saying?
And that's just what I said.
Yeah, right. So, like, shoot, what I was growing up on, like, early Tupac, like, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. As far as singers, you know, Motown, like, all of them. Like, my favorite is Teddy Pendergrass.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Isaac Hayes, man, I was into that Isaac Hayes, especially from when I was watching Dead Presidents, because he's on that movie Heavy with one of my
But that's
songs.
another thing too, you know, a lot of Scotland listens to music from America. A lot of our biggest artists of the world come from America or are based in America, you know. With your few who are not, you know, But a lot of the music and a lot of the media is American. So a lot of my influence was American too, you know, it was American artists. And I really, for me, it's more of where I was at the time. When I was a kid, I wasn't surrounded by the same things, even visually, that I'm surrounded by now, you know? So that really made me want to change my visual. And to do that, you have to be successful. You know, if I'm going to leave Scotland, I need money. I need to be successful to do that. I want to live a life. I want to really do this world, you know?
Right.
So I decided that I was going to do what I could do best to make that happen, and that just happens to be music. But that's just one part of me. I've got so much plans for this world and so much plans for myself, you know? Right now, I'm just inspired to make a better life for myself in all aspects, and music is the strongest thing doing that for me.
Thinking about you, darling. These chains I just can't break free. Thinking about you, I'll make you mine either way. I can't stop, no. Falling, I'm falling. I can't stop falling in love. Oh no. I just wanna know what you've been hiding. I just wanna see what you won't show me. So original, I wanna bite it. I just want you to be so happy. Call on me, call on me. Fall on me, fall on me. Crawl on me, crawl on me. It's all on me. Thinking about you, darling. Some things are just meant to be. Thinking about you. Give me one night, 2, 1, 3. I can't stop. No, no. Falling, I'm falling. I can't stop falling in love. Oh no. I just wanna know what you've been hiding. I just wanna see what you won't show me. So original, I wanna bite it. I just want you to be so happy. Call on me, call on me. Fall on me, fall on me. Crawl on me, crawl on me. It's all on me. Don't get it twisted, we lit. Swerve in the 6, walk with a limp. Shine like my wrist, ball like a pitch. Get money fast, it's so quick. Will like a Smith, hills like I'm rich. Chill like it's Chris, stream like a piss. My girl wanna know if I got a sick tight chicken toe. Losing all control. Live my life smoking that dope. I just wanna know what you've been hiding. I just wanna see what you won't show me. So original, I wanna bite it. I just want you to be so happy. Call on me, call on me. Fall on me, fall on me. Crawl on me, crawl on me. It's all on me, all on me. Yeah.
How was growing more into a man in LA? You know what I'm saying? How was that when you started hitting that 17, 18, like, you know, like age you can actually party, you can be out places, you know what I'm saying? You're more feet down in LA.
Scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Scary. Yeah.
What part of LA was you in around that time, around like 18 or 20?
I was in Hollywood.
You was in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I was in Hollywood and doing things I wasn't really supposed to be doing. You know, mixing with people I wasn't supposed to be mixing with, or probably shouldn't have been mixing with, you know. So my coming of age was kind of dark. Which a lot of people forget, you know, we're in the land of sunshine, but when that sun goes away, it's dark and grimy.
Oh yeah, man. It's extreme, like
It really
it's
is.
extreme differences here. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Ferraris and all this, like super
And also,
crazy rich people, and then homeless and all that shit.
I'm from a town where, you know, Scotland's population is 5 million. America is like 305 million.
It's like 5 million in this in LA County.
There's more. So there's like, so drugs are really accessible out here, you know, and are really kind of placed in front of you, you know, at some point in your journey. You're going to come across it, especially in the industry that I'm in and you're in also. So for me, being out here, turning into a man, I did a lot of drugs, you know. I was addicted to Xanax, and I was taking opioids and being just a stupid little fucktard. So it was really scary and dark. But luckily, I met a really good group of people out here at a young age who have really taken me under their wing, and they pulled me out of that, you know. So I would say it would have been better had I been smarter and made smarter moves. But, you know, it was scary. But we came out, you know, we came out of it.
That's all that matters. And like, shoot, man, you might have got it out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you know what that dark path looks like already? You know what I'm saying? So like, when you when fame hits you, like, you know what I'm saying, and actually everything gets crazy for you, you're gonna have a more level head because you know that the dark road that you can go down. So like,
you know, I say, if the money didn't run out, the drugs wouldn't have run out. You know, I would have kept going. Right. Yeah. So like, really what stopped me was not having enough to pay for my next bag or do, you know, like, but I was lost, so lost. I've been clean, sober for 5 years, 6 years now. And honestly, like, it was so bad that I disgusted myself and now know without any help, without any rehabs, that I'm so terrified of that life and will never go back there, you know. It really damaged me, but, you know, if I had went through that back home with no escape and no opportunities, it would have been 100% worse. So in some ways, it was the right place for it to happen to me. But yeah, that was my coming of age in America, Los Angeles.
Man, shoot, that's so many people's story though.
Sure,
you know,
too many.
And a lot of them don't come out don't find the light to get away from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I seen one of them when I was at Chick-fil-A the other day.
Gosh, walk down the boulevard.
Man, a homeless dude just
them.
randomly slapped some dude that was waiting for his French fries. Man, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, that shit was crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. That's America. You see more of that here than you would in Scotland. You know? Yeah. And that was another culture shock for me coming out here. It was just the homelessness and like the amount of poverty that is just right next door to wealth.
Right.
You know.
It's right in front,
next door.
Right on your doorstep.
It's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy.
Shout out Anna on the cameras back here doing his thing.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Mucker the Toe Sucker. He's around here somewhere too.
Jeffrey Merkel.
Jeff Merkel. Fuck with you, my brother. But yeah, man. Damn, man. That's you've had a pretty interesting life so far. You know what I'm saying? It got way better when you met me though. Like, let's just talk about that. Nah.
Hey, you know,
but nah.
real?
So my first time. I think my first time meeting you, we pulled up to some random studio, me and Crystal, and it was with Jordan. Dab was there. You know what I'm saying? We was just kind of like, we was just hanging out. You was just previewing your music or something like that. Yeah. And then something dope for the people. Like I was hosting the show.
Yeah, man. Shout out something dope for the people.
Did a special guest spot. Shout out Jordan.
Yeah.
Something dope for the people. We actually got another show tomorrow night.
Killing it.
2 weeks from now, whenever this comes out, I guess.
Yeah.
But
which is crazy too, you know. That's a big part for me out here. I was lucky enough to be surrounded by people doing amazing things, you know. Like we just shouted out the homie Jordan, you know, he made it his own initiative to go out and create a platform for upcoming artists to be showcased, you know, and to do an event and to put all the homies on your event to work it too, you know. He really created something that we're able to utilize, you know, and not only us, people outside the family, you know. And for me, it was, you know, if he didn't do that and I didn't surround myself by people, I never would have met you, you know.
I was just telling Crystal today, like, the people that I'm around, the people that I'm really, like, friends with out here, we met them by, you know, so randomly and so quick, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, because Crystal moved out here a month before I did, you know what I'm saying? And so she went out to some show or something like that, and, like, Rocco was at the show and talked to her. Like, it was like, oh, you're a singer-songwriter, and that's how she met Rocco. So if that wouldn't have happened, we wouldn't have known Jordan. I wouldn't have met you, like, just so random.
It's funny. I find that the people you meet randomly as opposed to people you're set up to meet in meetings, you know, end up doing the most with you and for you, you know, and vice versa. You know, these random encounters out here can really make a difference. That's the one thing with LA. Random encounters, you never know who you're talking to or what they can do, you know. It's a big thing.
And, you know, shoot, me usually having my camera with me, that's always a cheat code as well, you know, because everybody always wants pictures and everything like that.
Yeah, especially here.
Yeah. So, because I think I said this on another interview, man, me moving out here, I had to adjust how I moved and kind of like the person I am. You know what I'm saying? Not really the person I am, but just as far as, like, being more extroverted. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fool. Like, I don't have any problem, like, talking to people or anything like that, but it's just, like, going out specifically to meet people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to change that. But, you know, working on it, got this podcast now, so that's always a good way to learn how to talk to people better, get better as a interviewer and everything like that. Like, just learn how to steer conversations right. So I think this is about the 7th one I've recorded. But, you know, just trying to focus on different things every interview. Like, better questions, like, keep the interview rolling better and shit like that, man. But goddamn it, man, I really appreciate you being on this podcast, dog.
It is dope to watch the growth, bro.
Yeah, man, it's gonna get even crazier, man, because I want to do all kinds of different things with this podcast as well, man. But let's get back into Liam Horne and your journey. So what's up, man? When we going on tour?
Well, right now the plan is with my team and with me, we plan to just do content, build a fan base, you know, to go on tour. There's 2 options. You can go on and jump on somebody else's tour and gain that exposure, you know, but you're gaining somebody else's fans, or you can, you know, do a little bit of legwork just now, grind it out, gain your own followers, so when you do go on tour, you at least have your own little following that's going to be there to see you. You know, they're not there and you're not a surprise. They're there for you, you know. That's my plan. So right now I'm doing a music video with you every month. We're gonna keep it dropping, also putting big promotional push behind every single one of them. Make sure the world sees them, you know, get it out there and get it in front of people. And then, you know, hopefully by the end of this year, we set up with a nice little following and we can either push for a radio tour, a college tour, or an opening slot on a bigger artist tour. Which I'm hoping for a college tour, you know, that way we get the buses, we deck them out in Liam Horne logos, get like 4 buses to drive around the campuses constantly, promoting constantly, jump on one, maybe the start of the school semester, go around, which also means I have to be in the studio writing new songs, because a lot of my music is tailored for women. I tend to be a little gushy, so I write a lot of love songs and a lot of songs that, you know, just like I said, tailor more towards women. So for me, my goal is to gather in a couple songs that's for everyone, you know. There's some college guys and college girls can vibe to and relate to, you know. So I'm gonna do my job, work out, grind, get a couple of bangers in the pot, you know, we'll hit the road.
Yeah, it sounds like a good time, man. I'm excited. I can't wait. Don't be out there like, ha, what's happening, y'all? Click.
No, it's gonna be life memories too, and people that love too. You know, I'm so blessed to be going on this journey with real people and who really have my back. You know, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man, because I'll put hands on you if you ain't doing what you're supposed
I
to be doing.
I believe it.
Put the paws on you and shit, man. No, man, but damn, that's crazy, bro. So how are you gonna like? Man, how you gonna keep the women off you, man, when you get... keep them women off me like,
Nah,
off me
look,
like,
I'm a gentleman. I make music for them, you know, not for me. By me, I mean I don't make music to get the women, you know. My music isn't intended to make you sleep with me. That's not my goal.
Just a plus.
If it happens, it happens, you know. But like honestly, my music is really intended just for you to feel good, you know, regardless whether or not I'm in your life. You know, if it can just make your day that much better, you know, I'm doing my job. You know, so it's easy, you know, just be a gentleman. You don't have to take everything that throws itself at you, you know, and know your worth, bro. I know my fucking worth too. Like,
he says I'm top shelf over here. Man.
Yeah, like I ain't trying to just be out here just.
So what are a few things that you look for in a woman when you're?
Man, brains. You gotta have brains.
Oh, okay.
Brains. You know, I really want children. I really want a family, you know, and I'm so scientific when it comes to that shit. I'm like, let me see your DNA, you know? Let me see your attributes. Like,
wait, what are you trying to?
What's your IQ score? You know, in my case, you need to be taller than me, first of all.
Okay, so we building the family up every generation.
Yeah, they need to get taller, you know.
Okay.
So if you a little bit taller than me, you know, that looks good for their genes. Other than that, sense of humor, and then the third, like the least thing, but I do look for is, you know, I like a pretty girl. You have to be pretty.
Well, you have to be attracted.
You know, you have to be
That's
attracted.
Usually the first thing.
And what's pretty to me might not be pretty to the next person. You know, like
everybody has their own
beauty
taste.
is in the eye of the beholder. So I have to obviously find them beautiful. You know, and you have to have that romantic sexual connection. You know, if you're not in a sexual relationship, you're in a friendship. You know, so it's like I have to be sexually attracted, tall and smart, and you win.
Hey, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I like my girls tall, so I can climb them.
You like to climb the tree?
A little small.
Oh man! So you say you're gonna get you find you like a 6'3" girl or something like that, you know?
Bruh, 6'3", fucking a little more weight, you know, like we gotta stay safe in these streets, you know. Safety is a real thing. You know, one of us gotta keep us safe.
She's like, hey, bro, you're 6'2". I'm gonna need you to learn how to box around here, girl. Damn.
You know, like I said, I'm worth it.
That's funny as hell, man. Oh my God. So what would be like the biggest turnoff for you with the girl? Young lady.
The biggest turnoff, huh? So, this might be weird, but like I'm really into astrology, but it's my thing, you know. I really think that when you're in a relationship, you both have to have your own things, you know. You're supposed to have your own things that I appeal to and I like about you, and just like you like these things, you know. If you have something that's your thing and I start doing it too with you and we overdo it, you're not gonna want that to be your thing anymore, you know. So I'm really into astrology, and I met this girl, and like she like went and learned about it all and like started like pushing that shit on me every day, you know, and was like constantly talking about it and constantly like, you know. And that might be also talking about myself. Maybe, okay, let me rephrase it. I don't like talking about myself. Like if you're with me and all you talk about is me, or all you talk about is my music or what I'm doing, it's a big turn off.
You want somebody to bring something.
Yeah, I want you to have something to talk about. Yeah, like I want to listen. I want to hear about you, you know. I want to learn about you, you know. So
don't be a chameleon in the relationship, because you know there's people that come in and they just turn into the person that they're with.
Super clingy and just like, you know, I don't like that shit. So that's a big turn off for me. Being obsessed with the person you're with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a stalker. Nobody wants the obsession.
No.
None of that shit.
Like, be secure enough in yourself, you know.
But you gotta tell me this, man. I haven't asked too many people this question, but does raw sex equal a relationship?
I won't have raw sex until I'm in a relationship.
Really?
Really.
So how do you know you're in a relationship to have that raw sex then? Is this a conversation that you're having, or just like you turn around and she's been at your crib for 3 days, y'all done hung out three straight days?
I don't know. Listen, I'm a superstar. I can't afford not to wear one. I'm gonna be wrapping it up.
Twice.
You know, it's got to get wrapped, and then also, you know, like, you use your common sense, you know. If she tells you to, like, you know, if she tells you it feels good rather than fuck me, you're probably in a relationship. If she doesn't leave before 10 a.m., you're probably in a relationship. You know, if she hits you up more than once a day, you're probably in a relationship.
Talking about feelings,
Yeah,
you're probably
you
in a
know.
relationship.
You know?
If she meet the parents, you're probably in a relationship.
If you don't meet the parents, you're probably still in a relationship.
Right.
You know? Fucking,
Oh my God.
basically, if you're with the female, just be in the relationship, you know? And, like...
I fought it. I fought the good fight for a while, man, you know.
Yeah, you know. I think
I'm in
we
a
all did.
relationship.
No, but, you know, what's amazing about you is, you know, and I've learned this about you, to be in a relationship, you know, you have to be very secure, you know. You're with an artist. I've been with an artist. And being with an artist, her being an artist fucked our relationship. That's completely why.
Because what, you
It
weren't
ended.
ready?
I was so insecure, so young, you're right, not ready. And she'd go to sessions and be in sessions with these artists and, you know, act in a certain type of way, which to me would be flirting. To 17-year-old me would be flirting.
Right.
To 27-year-old me is being nice and just normal, you know. Rather than be like, oh yeah, baby, go get that feature and tell him about my music. We'll both get this shit. You know, I was like, no, you're not going working with him. Why would you want to work with? You know, I was super insecure, and with you, you know, you really have that secureness with you and your girl, where, you know, it works because you better each other. You know, I've met Criddle, and she's an incredible artist. You know, and to have you be there ready to capture that at any given moment, you know, it's really. You have to be able to balance, you know, your feelings and work and all that with your partner, especially if they're going to be in the same industry as you are, you know, or you're going to date someone creative. You have to let them be creative.
Yeah, because if I was super insecure, man, it'd be hard for her to go over to, you know, guy's house to go work on music. And shit
Exactly.
Like that. You know
I remember.
I trust my girl.
I remember one of the first few weeks we met, or it might have been the first couple of months. You know, we had a session, you know, and she came right over to my house, you know, we worked the whole night, and then she bounced, and it was like, you know, not a lot of guys would be able to do that, you know.
That's
regardless of the relationship they have with that other dude, you know, it's just, it's pride, and it's weak, you know.
What I can say is, man, like, I don't know, man, I live by a set of codes, you know what I'm saying? If you're the homie, when I was single, if you're the homie, like, there's no fuck, you can leave your girl with me and never have to worry about a thing, bro. Like, that's so weird to me that you'll, like, try to fuck on your homies' girls and stuff like that.
Yeah,
even if they're exes, like, stuff like that. There's too many women out here to even just be, like,
that's a weird way of
like
thinking,
that.
And you'll find most guys who'll do that will also do some other weird shit on the side. Women aside, they'll do some weird shit with all other shit. You know?
Because they don't have any code, no morals. They just out here living
morals,
like motherfucking won't knock them out, basically. Like, that shit's just weird to me, man. But, like, I don't know. I grew up a little different, you know, single parent lifestyle, but I was raised by a man, so I learned different kind of things than other people learn.
Yeah.
Would you date a porn star?
I've dated a porn star.
How did that go? Like, what?
So it's never right, because it'll never work.
The insecurities, though. How do you do it with the was this around the same time? Or?
No, this was a little later. But
Oh.
also, here's the thing with dating porn stars. With me, it'll never work, because when you with me, you ain't gonna be working in porn. You know, you retired.
Try to stop them.
You retired.
You just tell them to do OnlyFans stuff,
You know,
or just
you
like,
retired straight
you're
the
out
fuck
of the
up.
adult industry.
Yeah, you were done. You were finessed. You were finito, done. So, like, we wake up, hey honey, have a great day, gangbang. See you at 7 o'clock. That's not a lifestyle that I'm gonna be.
But I mean, you came into it.
No, so what I did was I'd met a girl, and you know, she did porn, and I would just, like, we'd hook up, you know, and I guess me being young and dumb and just thinking, oh, she's a hot porn star, I'll be in a relationship with you, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I got into the relationship, and I was like, by the way, you're not doing porn. And she didn't when she was with me, but because she wasn't doing porn, she got broke, you know, and I wasn't in the place to look after another human and pay for everything she wanted, you know, and porn makes a lot of money. You go get your nails done, your hair days, you know. I'm not sending you to do that.
Fly to some locations every now and
you
then.
know, so it was very hard to stop young girl living that life and having those things. So, you know, it didn't work out. And it was wrong with me to try and, you know, stop her from doing that too, you know. There are men who will be able to do that, you know, and date porn stars. There's porn stars with children.
Yeah.
But it's not something I'm strong enough or will ever be.
Takes a different kind of person.
I've grown, but not that much.
I feel like their spouse is usually in the adult industry some kind of way too. That'll probably work too.
I've seen a lot of that where,
Yeah.
you know, another porn star meets another and they get together and then they, you know.
Yeah, everybody live your life, man.
Yeah,
Not
you know,
judging it at all. You know, we're just giving our own little perspective that we're allowed to have as human beings, you know? Not down talking to anybody. Everybody get your money how you want to get your money. Please.
No,
I don't give a
please.
damn. You know? I don't wake up
No.
thinking about other people, man. I got my own shit to worry about, my own goals that I'm trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying? So everybody get yours. Unless you're doing some fuck nigga shit. Like, unless you're doing some, let me clean up my language a little bit. Unless you're doing things that aren't suitable to be doing, I don't fucking know. But nah, man, that's what's up, bro. So, man, so what you got coming up, man? You know, we got a couple of music videos that we're gonna shoot. We've got one down. Well, we really have a bunch of videos that haven't even came out that really aren't gonna come out.
You know,
honestly,
who knows? I you know, from the higher ups saying it might not, but you know, I might catch a wind of spontaneousness and
just
post
drop
them
it
in
every
the,
now and then,
like
yeah.
when we
But
pop in,
those videos I'm talking about, like,
they're
probably
more real too.
Yeah, because they're shot on a different camera too. So like the music videos that we're shooting from now on are red cam videos. You know what I'm saying? Before I was using the Sony. You know what I'm saying? Just thugging it out, making it look as crisp and as clean as I can. You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing. But man, I seen the difference with the red cam and the color correcting, and you know what I'm saying? Everything like that is crazy. Yeah, those files are crazy. But it's been a good experience. Considering that I didn't come from this life, you know, I'm learning as I'm going. So the fact that I'm director BundyMcBuckets out here, you know, and editor BundyMcBuckets out here, and just, you know, just trying to find things that I don't hate doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like creating, like the shooting part of it, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that, you know. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun as shit.
You know, creating and, you know, waking up and just having that outlet, you know, is probably one of the best things, the best parts of my life, you know. The fact that I get to just wake up, go straight to my laptop, and just work on music all day, you know, that really is such a blessing, because, you know, not a lot of people get to just do what they love and have the privileges to just do what they love, you know. So, like, for me, it's more, I love music, and I just want to solidify myself in the music industry, whether that's making music or even behind the scenes. You know, right now, I'm in the works of starting up my own label with my partners, Rob Cavallo, Rich Skills, and Rick Margolis. I'm basically, from the ground up, going to create this new record label, sign myself to it, use the label funds to fund the music and the tour coming up, you know. But that more for me is, you know, we all get older, you know, we all get gray hairs, and I might go from playing 10 songs a night to 4 songs a night when I get that little bit gray hair, you know. I'm talking years to come. So my goal with this is, you know, I just want to be in the music industry, have a label that I can even sign other artists to, you know. Almost like I want to really make this like the new Rockefeller label, you know, where I'm the Jay-Z to this shit, but it's really a solidified business in the music industry, you know, where I'm involved not just on a creative level, but on a business level. You know, I think that's really important too. If you want to live a life doing music, you know, is to find some other stream that you can at least make money or revenue, you know. That's what the greats do. That's the Kanyes, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, the Katy Perry's, you know, the Bruno Mars's. They're all business orientated, you know. They all understand every single email that comes their way. Not one of them look to their manager to say, what's this mean? What do I have to do here? You know, they handle their own emails. So that's a big part for me, is being business and just really cementing myself in music.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's dope, man. It's good to have a plan And especially just having your own label, man, that puts you a little step ahead of everything, you know.
Such a
It'd be like you don't have to worry about other people telling you when you can drop shit and, you know, everything like that. Because there's been so many artists that's just got shelved for a while, you know.
I don't plan on shelving myself.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It'd be like, hold up, man. I'm just going to wake up today and just put out this song just because I feel like it.
But also be strategic about it, you know. Put out songs that make sense, that, you know. Unfortunately, when you first come out as an artist, you know, you have to play ball a little bit. You know, you have to, you know, ride the wave.
Learn the ropes.
In a little sense, you know. You know, make that wave your own, but still ride it in, you know. And by that I mean, if you want to do R&B music today and rock music tomorrow, do that, but make it make sense, you know. And that's also saying where the music industry has gone to. The new generation of artists are really brilliant at not putting themselves in a box, and that's one thing I cannot take away from them, you know. They never limit themselves to one sound, you know. And that's so important. And music wasn't like that 5 years ago, 8 years ago, you know. It wasn't, let me wake up tomorrow and do an R&B song, and then the next day just do a hip-hop song. You know, it was stick to one genre, or your audience, they're going to get confused. They're not going to know who you are as an artist. They're not going to know what you stand for, you know. And it was the label and the higher-ups. Now you have SoundCloud, Apple Music,
so many different ways to put your music
you know,
out.
the label says no, go home, go in your bedroom, sit on your laptop and put out yourself on SoundCloud.
Right.
If you get 1 million views, you've just done that label's fucking job, you know? So really what that did was open the door for artists to be more creative, you know, and say, hey, I'm gonna be more risky with my music, you know, and try something I wouldn't normally try.
Right.
Yeah, and that's really important to me too as an artist, you know. I don't like to say I'm this type. I say I'm a soul singer because the music I make comes from my soul, you know. Now, I might say it's a soul song, but it might have some 4 on the floor and fucking you know. But to me, it's still a soul song because it's coming from my soul, you know. So that's just, music is changing in so many ways, and it's good, especially in the music industry.
Yeah, we just got to figure out how to get these artists more money off the streaming and stuff like that, man. Because, ooh, man, these streaming services are greedy.
Well,
greedy.
You ain't gonna get more money, you know, unless you own all of your shit.
Yeah,
unless you own your own fucking merch, your own rights, your own publishing, your own production. You know, you ain't gonna make the most money straight the fuck up front, you know, which is why you have to be business minded. So you can do that shit yourself, you know, because it's not impossible. Fucking lawyers weren't lawyers until they went to school. Doctors weren't doctors until they went to school. You know, you have to learn that shit. Take the time. Just like you learned your instrument, just like you learned that song to sing, learn that contract, you know, and you want to make more money, do more for yourself, you know. Build your dream, otherwise you're going to be helping somebody else build theirs, you know. Fuck that.
Tell him, man, you got to spit game on the one-on-one with BundyMcBuckets podcast. You know what I'm saying? We out here. Hey, but check me out, man. Look into that camera right there, and then tell everybody where they can find you at, bro.
You can find me on my socials, Instagram at Liam Horne, on YouTube at Liam Horne, on Twitter. You know what? Just type my name, Liam Horne, into Google, and you'll find me.
That's Horne with an E, too. You know what I'm saying? You got to put the E on there.
Yes, sir.
Man. Oh, brother, I really appreciate you pulling up.
Of course.
Dog,
it's all love.
Gonna go ahead and shoot this live performance, but please, you know what I'm saying, thank you so much for watching One-on-One with BundyMcBuckets. We just got a whole new interview done, man. Crazy times, crazy vibes. Shout out to I Am Alone for letting us use the studio.
Yep,
shout out to my homie over here behind the cameras, Anna Kama, my dog. Yeah. And man, we out here. Please just like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Drink more water. We out here, bro. Peace.